Alright, so you're hitting a 7-iron, she's hitting a 9-iron here. Well, let's talk about the setup. Alright, the ankles are right underneath the hip sockets. So that's a good rule of thumb for your irons. Alright, your grip. If we zoom in on your right hand, it's too far underneath or rotated to the right. Yeah. So I'm going to zoom in here.
Thumb is up. It should be more.
So yeah, if you look at this young lady on the right, her right hand is more. This crease right here in her right hand, formed between the thumb and forefinger, is pointed right between her chin and her right shoulder. So if we just make a line straight up here, it's pointed right here. Now your right crease is over here somewhere. So you just need to get your right hand more on top of the club. So yeah, that's right.
More over here?
Yeah, so the crease is pointed, that's right, yep. A little more like that. Your left hand is not on there either properly. Your left hand needs to rotate clockwise so you can see the first two knuckles. So you're going to rotate the left hand like so. The back of that left hand, the left thumb's going to sit at about 2 o'clock. That would be 12 o'clock. You should see, when the club is flat on the ground, you should see the first two knuckles on your left hand. Alright. You're pretty close though. I mean, for just starting the game, I would say you're very close in terms of the grip. Just a slight adjustment wouldn't be a big deal for you. So what are the adjustments? Your left hand. So procedurally what I would do is I'd hold the club in the right hand, place the club shaft or the grip diagonally across the bottom, and I'll draw on your glove, and then rotate your left hand over towards your right shoulder. Yep. Rotate your left hand towards your right shoulder. So when you rotate your left hand,
so I want this going over this side of my palm.
So you're going to have it just on the base of the fingers, right underneath the heel pad. Yeah, that's close. That's pretty good. But again, when you place that club in your hand, you're going to rotate the hand over so the back of that left hand is pointed straight up. Yeah, right. And this thumb and forefinger is pinched together. There's too much space there. So you can see here I've got a very tight, so it would be more like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So that would be more ideal. Alright, now that feels very awkward, but
it's not too bad.
your backswing, you got to coil more. What does that mean? Well, coil. You got to rotate your thorax or your trunk so that when you turn back, you're getting somewhere around 90 degrees of shoulder turn. Now that means nothing to you, but what it means is this. Bend forward this way. Place your hands on your shoulders. That's about 90 degrees of rotation. Alright, now, your left shoulder, we just need to turn your shoulders on more of a tilted plane. Your shoulders rotate, that's right, more tilted. Your left shoulder is underneath your chin there. Now you'll see in your swing, your left shoulder doesn't do that. Your left shoulder goes straight across. So essentially you turn your shoulders on a horizontal plane, parallel to the ground. So your left shoulder is going to hit your chin, and what you're going to see here is only about a 40-degree shoulder turn. Now obviously she's young, left shoulder way under the chin, much bigger rotation there. She's got about 85, 90 degrees of shoulder turn, somewhere in there. But she's also 20 and you're whatever you are. So it's not a fair comparison. But this is a good move. You see that transferring of weight? That's really good. And what's even better is this impact position. Now what are the elements of impact? The lead arm and the left wrist and the shaft form a straight line. That's really important, and you're doing that very well. Now you can see she's got a lot more rotation out of her lower body because she's much younger and more mobile. But that's the makings of really a good golf swing right there. You have your head is over the ball, not necessarily over the ball. I say, where should your head be? You need to move more weight towards your front foot. Notice how her head is more over the ball than your head. You have too much weight on your right side there. The more you translate or shift your upper body to the right, the more likely it is you're going to hit the ground or hit it thin or top it.
It's on the right?
Yeah. So the way to know if you've got the right amount of weight on your left side is to place a stick, like an alignment rod, right underneath the arches of your feet. And you'll be able to feel where your weight's distributed heel to toe. And you'll also be able to tell your sternum should be directly over the ball. So if I drew a line right over the buttons on her golf shirt, they're almost directly over the ball. Yours is just a little behind the ball. We got to move your whole body weight a little more to the left with the short irons. So basically, the only two things, we got to turn your shoulders on a little different plane, and we got to get your weight distributed differently. Those are the only two things we really need to change.
Is the ball placement where it ought to be, or should it be closer to my left foot?
So for a wedge through about a 7-iron, the ball should be directly over the middle of your chest.
Okay.
That ball's a little forward, but what if you just move your weight forward? Now you have the ball directly over your chest. So you're just, I don't think your ball position problem, it's not a ball position problem, it's more of a weight distribution problem. I think you have too much weight on your back foot. Now, at impact, watch where her head is, right over the ball. Now, what has her hips done during the golf swing? And what have her feet, knees, and legs done during the golf swing? Well, the hips are going to shift toward the target, and they're going to rotate in the space of about 2/100ths of a second.
Her head stays right in the same spot.
Her head stays over the ball, right? So, you know, for a beginner, having just took up the game, your swing is really good. You see how you move your head to the right and up? That's because your shoulders turn too flat. They need to turn on a tilted plane. Your head will stay over the ball more, and you won't top it if you do that. But overall, man, you have a good swing. Look how your head stays right in there. So the reason you top the ball is really your setup. You don't get enough what we call forward bends. Forward bend is how close your chest gets to the ground. Push your hips back, touch the top of your knees, and you'll have the right amount of hip bend. There you go. And then unlock your knees so that the top of the knees are over the middle of the shoelaces. All right.
Okay. I've been told that what I tend to do, and I don't even know that I do it, is I'll pick myself up.
Well, it's fairly
The shoulders.
okay. Well,
when I leave my head.
okay. Well, you know what? You didn't do it here. Your head's right over the ball. I mean, the proof is in the camera doesn't lie. You know, if I put a dot right on your nose, right, we can track how much your head moves. Didn't move one bit. Now, did it move during the swing? Sure. But there's impact, there's address, there's impact. You didn't move one bit. And you hit the ball nicely. So, and you have a nice weight shift. That's a beautiful follow through. Yeah, really nice. My name is Jim Estes, and today I'm going to talk about a drill that I think is extremely important for the swing plane. So what I want you to do is, and this, by the way, is going to give you an instant understanding of exactly the feeling you want to have in the golf swing. Take a club. You can put a rod, alignment rod, in the grip, or I'm sorry, in the butt end of the golf club. Take the golf club, turn it like you're going to hold it, And then what I want you to do is take that club, put it right against your left hip, so you're holding both clubs here. Now you've got an alignment rod on the ground and a golf ball. And what I want you to do, getting into your good posture position, your weight over the arches, feel balanced. The insides of the heels are going to be about the width of your hips. Take a swing back, slow motion, and trace with that alignment rod the target line all the way up. The shaft should be parallel to your target line at the top, and then slowly coming down, trace the line. And do this in slow motion. Right into the impact position. So this is a great feedback tool, visual feedback tool for learning the proper swing plane. Go right to your impact position. I encourage you to do this drill in slow motion. And if you have 5 minutes a day, if you do this drill every day, I guarantee you're going to improve your golf swing. So again, I think you'll find this to be extremely helpful. JimEstesGolf.com if you have any questions.